These are a series of mindful stretches, mindful body movements, which we undertake in conjunction with the breath. So first of all, finding a place where you can stand in bare feet or socks, with your feet about hip width apart, knees unlocked so that your legs can bend slightly, and your feet parallel. And finding the centre of gravity, so just gently moving, swaying backwards and forwards. So just moving to that point, not so that you begin to lose your balance, but just to get a sense of the middle. So moving slightly backwards and forwards on your heels. And then moving left to right, right to left, so gently swaying side to side. And again, not so that you overbalance, but you find your centre of gravity. And just being aware of what it's like to stand there with your feet on the floor, supporting the weight of your whole body. And then, if you're able to, just closing your eyes and focusing on your breath. So the in and out movement of the breath, breathing in and out of the nostrils. The chest rising and falling as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And having a sense of your, aware of your neck and shoulders and your arms hanging loosely by your sides. The first movement we undertake, or the first stretch we undertake, is we bring our arms up from our sides up to parallel on an in-breath. And then on the next in-breath or the out-breath, we turn our palms facing upwards and we bring them up in an arc, slowly, slowly, above the head, until the fingers are touching. If you can't touch your fingers together, just do it to the limit of what feels comfortable. So not forcing yourself, but just feeling that stretch there. Feeling the stretch through the arms, shoulders, back, down the backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, on an in-breath, we're going to release and slowly, slowly move our arms down in an arc again, down to parallel and down to the sides. So we're going to do this movement again, starting with the hands, arms down by our sides, and on an in-breath, bringing the hands, arms up to parallel, so they're parallel with the floor, and then on the out-breath, turning the palms upwards so they're facing upwards, and then on the next in-breath, bringing the arms, hands up in an arc until they're above our head. And again, feeling the stretch through the arms, through the shoulders, neck, the back, spine, buttocks, backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, on the in-breath, bringing the arms down slowly, 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 down to parallel, and then down by the sides of our body. And just pause in there for a moment. And if you feel able, practicing that movement another 2 times. The next movement is called picking fruit. So we begin this movement by casting our gaze down at our right hand, which is by our side. So slowly turning the head down to the right and gazing at the right hand. And then when you're ready, on an in-breath, moving the right hand, right arm up in an arc, so moving up to parallel, and then up, as far as you can that feels comfortable, through the right arm, down through the back, down through the left leg, and then just as if you were trying to pick a piece of fruit that was just out of reach, we lift the left heel off the ground to increase the stretch, and then on an in-breath we drop the left heel down to the ground again, and we slowly move the arm, the hand, back in an arc, down to parallel, down to the side of the body. Now we're going to repeat that movement but on the left hand side. So this time we're going to slowly turn our head to the left and gaze down at the left hand. And then when you're ready, on an in-breath, moving the arm, the hand, slowly up in an arc, up, till it reaches as high as we can go, and then looking up, casting our gaze upwards at our left hand, feeling that stretch, and then increasing the stretch by lifting the right heel off the floor this time, trying to pick that piece of fruit that's just out of reach. Then when you're ready, on an in-breath, bringing the right heel back down to the floor and slowly sweeping in an arc with the left hand, left arm, down to parallel and eventually down to the side, the left hand side of our body. So we repeat that movement once more on either side. The next movement is called the warm hug or the warm embrace. So with our hands, our arms down by the side of our body, on an in-breath we bring our hands up to parallel, and in time with the breath we bring our arms across the front of our body, and the right hand goes around the back of the left shoulder blade, and the left hand goes around the back of the right shoulder blade, just as if we were embracing or hugging ourselves. You can feel the bumps of the shoulder blades, you can feel the back opening out and the chest closing. And then when we're ready, we can release the stretch and move our hands, our arms out in front of our body again, sweeping in an arc until they're parallel and then back down to the sides of the body. So we'll repeat that movement. On the in-breath, bringing the hands up to parallel and moving the arms, hands across the front of the body, but this time try and do it the opposite. So this time perhaps the right hand underneath the left hand. And again, gripping the shoulder blades, feeling that stretch, noticing it throughout the body. And then on the in-breath, releasing the stretch. Moving the hands, the arms out in front of the body again in an arc, back to parallel, back down to the sides. Our final movement is called taking off the top. So in this movement we take off an imaginary top or a jumper. So we begin this movement by, on the in-breath, bringing our hands up to parallel, our arms up to parallel, so they're parallel with the floor. And then as we did with the last movement, we cross our hands and our arms across the front of the body, but this time as if we were taking off the top. So we stretch upwards, upwards, and then in a big arc as far as we can stretch, feeling that stretch in a circle and bringing our arms back down to our sides. So once more, on the in-breath, bringing the hands, arms up to parallel. This time seeing if you can cross them the opposite way. So right above left or left above right. Bringing the hands, arms across the front of the body, and just as if you were peeling off the top, lifting upwards, stretching outwards as high as you can go, as high as feels comfortable, and outwards in a big circle, bringing the hands and the arms back down to the sides of the body. And pausing there, focusing on the breath, focusing on the body standing on the floor, noticing any vibrations or invigoration you might feel. Bringing your attention to your breathing, breathing in and breathing out. A whole breath, the tips of your nostrils down into your stomach. Noticing any vibrations or tingling in the body. Any tension, any sense of relaxation. Thank you.